But I also want to comment on this MCA attacking me. They claim that because I attended the restaurant, I had lunch in the restaurant in Kepong, where they put up a notice saying that he does not want to do the business of anyone wearing MCA uniform. By going there to have lunch, I'm actually preaching the politics of hatred. I said that I think MCA doesn't understand what is the real politics of hatred. The real politics of hatred come from BN. Not just UMNO, but also MCA. Because UMNO is only for the Malays, MCA only from the Chinese. This is the real politics of hatred. Because you discriminate and you differentiate people based on race. Not on what they are, but who they are. That's because of race. But when you talk about this case, in this case, because they say we are only for the Chinese, you forget about the other races. You're only for the Malays, you forget the other races. This is discrimination. This is not freedom of expression. This is not freedom of choice. Here, when you talk about this restaurant, it's a freedom of expression. Yes, no one disputes that this is part of his freedom of expression. But is he exercising correctly the freedom of choice? Unfortunately, those who preach the politics of hatred does not understand what is the meaning of freedom of expression, what's the meaning of freedom of choice. Freedom of expression, you all know lah, like Ernest express. We will not interfere. That is his freedom, his freedom of expression. As long as you don't create hatred, racial hatred, free expression. You may irritate somebody, but then that is his right of freedom of expression. The other thing is freedom of choice. He has made a choice that he doesn't want to do the business of MCA uniform wearing customers. Those who wear MCA uniforms, he doesn't want to do their business. No, I never said whether I agreed or supported it or asked people to follow. No. I just said that one must respect their freedom of choice. What is the meaning of freedom of choice? Check it out. Freedom of choice means the right to choose, as long as you don't harm another person. You do not harm another person. You can choose, but do not harm another person. That is the common definition of freedom of choice. Freedom of expression is right to express your thoughts, provided again, you do not harm another person. This is why you right to choose, provided you do not harm another person. The critical condition is you must not harm another person. Has he harmed anybody? Has he harmed anybody? That is his freedom to choose. And I think that they do not understand. When we talk about freedom of choice, we talk about freedom of choice for this restaurant owner. He has harmed no one. He's just saying that I have a right to choose. The same way that Malaysian voters have a right to choose. Why is it when we choose to vote for a certain party, which is our democratic choice, we are now punished and blamed? Now, I'm not saying that I support what he has. I agree fully that this should be done elsewhere. I want to stress that I respect his freedom of expression and freedom of choice. The problem with MCA is they do not understand the meaning of freedom of expression and freedom of choice. They do not understand democracy. They only know how to talk about hatred. MCA has been talking about 以华治华. Always Chinese, Chinese, Chinese. Chinese fight Chinese. They have not talked about Malaysian. We talk about Malaysians. So MCA should not be talking about politics of hatred Politics of hatred comes from UMNO, comes from MCA, comes from Barisan Nasional. Don't blame the rakyat for exercising their freedom of choice. And please, don't use me for your MCA elections. I'm not interested to be part of your Korean drama of MCA elections. 我没有兴趣来跟你演你的那个韩国的连续剧，我没有兴趣，不要拉我下水。你们要玩你们自己玩到爽，玩到够，我没有兴趣参与。种族憎恨不是来自我，也不是来自福建，种族憎恨来自国政，来自马华，来自梧桐。为什么针对我这样凶？没有看到他们针对那些真正玩种族憎恨的，梧桐针对华人的种族憎恨，也没有看他对梧桐好像他对我们这样凶。整个领导层就所有的候选人全部是现在是打林冠英，你敢不敢打梧桐？真正是梧桐是引起种族憎恨。OK， that's all. Anything else?